I'm glad that you're with me here once again in this serial adventure of the manner through which you came to know the entirety of your own reality based on this Course in Miracles, which is a systematic way of showing you that who you thought you were, the idea that you would be in a place of time and space that confined you to the idea that as we previously represented each other, we would consider this to be life. And I'm a teacher of this course, as you are, because somewhere within the fabric of space-time, in our continuing need to identify ourselves, we are discovering a progression of the change of our mind in a transition from the idea that we would be confined to this time and place, to the certainty that all around us has always been, in all of time, this complete alternative. That was in lesson 155, wasn't it? 155 reminded us that if we'll step back just for a second, if we'll stand still just for a moment, as hopefully you're doing right now, as you begin to watch this video, I'm going to offer you, through the auspices of the new certainty that has been involved in me, an indication that it's possible for you to come into a presence that will be recognized as here and now, because it will not contain elements of your old memories of body form. The idea that you would exist within that framework will not be present with you in this message, because we're going to begin to discover that eternal reality, everything that could ever be in all the universe, is actually with us in here and now. And though we may have attempted to subtract it from our idea about ourselves, we learned in 155 that if we would step back for a moment and let a continuing procedure of alternative happen, that we could, in fact, do what? Come into the present. So you're watching this video, perhaps on television, perhaps in the privacy of your own abode, wherever. You have been practicing an alternative of transformation of your own mind. And if you're at this point, have 156 days within the idea that there was always available to you a complete alternative, you're at the point where the idea that God is with you each moment has become very attractive. But the manner in which you came to know that was simply no longer proceed within the illusion of the idea of your body form that had bound you to this dark mass of unreality. Let's go back just for a moment and see the end of lesson 155. And then we'll go on to tell our story about how certain we are that God is present with us now. 155 said that you have stepped back and begun to have this experience of the wholeness of you. Listen. So this is a point of your discovery, isn't it? Walk safely now, yet carefully, because this path is new to you. And you may find that you are tempted still to walk ahead of truth and let illusions be your guide. Your holy brothers have been given you to follow in your footsteps as you walk with certainty of purpose to the truth. It goes before you now, that they may see something with which they can identify, something they understand to lead the way. And that's going to be your enlightened mind, isn't it? Yet at the journey's ending, there will be no gap, no distance between truth and you. And all illusions walking in the way you traveled will be gone from you as well, with nothing left to keep the truth apart from God's completion, holy as himself. Step back in faith and let truth lead the way. You know not where you go, but one who knows goes with you. Let him lead you with the rest. When dreams are over, time has closed the door on all the things that pass, and miracles are purposeless. The Holy Son of God will make no journeys. There will be no wish to be illusion rather than the truth. And we step forth toward this as we progress along the way that truth points out to us. This is our final journey, which we make for everyone. We must not lose our way. For as truth goes before us, so it goes before our brothers who follow us. We walk to God. Pause and reflect on this. Could any way be holier or more deserving of your effort, of your love, and of your full intent? What way could give you more than everything, or offer less and still content the Holy Son of God? We walk to God. The truth that walks before us now is one with him and leads us to where he has always been. What way but this could be a path that you would choose instead? Your feet are safely set upon the road that leads the world to God. Look not to ways that seem to lead you elsewhere. Dreams are not a worthy guide for you who are God's son. Forget not he has placed his hand in yours and given you your brothers in his trust, that you are worthy of his trust in you. He cannot be deceived. His trust has made your pathway certain and your goal secure. You will not fail your brothers nor yourself. And now he asks but that you think of him a while each day, that he may speak to you and tell you of his love, reminding you how great his trust, how limitless his love. In your name and his own, which are the same, we practice gladly with this thought today. I will step back and let him lead the way, for I would walk along the road to him. What a joy then to see that indeed you have stepped back. The idea of stepping back implies the notion that since this world is, in a literal sense, a projection of your own conceptual association, and everything that you're seeing out there is a demand for the attention of your previous form association with yourself. The idea of stepping back would be a pure indication that within your mind and surrounding you is the entirety of all of space-time. The notion that you proceed laterally in the definition of yourself away from the entirety of this circle of atonement is precisely and exactly why you're here. Because if you're at the point of watching me, who is in fact a true reflection of yourself, and have decided to step back from your projected association of separating me within your body form, you cannot not begin to recognize first that perhaps I'm a more joyous reflection of your mind than you previously wanted to admit was possible outside of you, without a need that you confirm within your own mind what our association of historic reference is. Perhaps you've learned in this Course in Miracles that we need have no concern about our old references of ourself within time. All they can possibly lead us to is this idea of termination, as though somehow, and I'm looking at you as a body for a moment, that you have matured and aged and protected and defined and performed acts of reassociation of passion and pain that are eventually going to lead you to the loss of your self-identity. They're not true. the time and place in which you find yourself is no longer evident and was evident for only a moment in the entirety of eternal life. Now, this Course in Miracles, this offering that I'm presenting to you right now, is going to show you in just a moment the presence of you in your entirety, based on the evolved certainty that the light that is contained within you is the light of, shall we call it heaven? Certainly it's a light of eternal life and happiness and joy and peace that you brought with you. It's a sure indication that a peace of God is present with you now in this time and